Hello, I am Jim and Joe, and today I will be sharing my playthrough of Cave Story Plus. This will be part one of the playthrough. I also won't be telling every little thing that I did, and I may get a few names wrong, but I wanted this to be entertaining. I don't know how many parts there will be in this series, so for now, relax and enjoy. I start a new game and picked Original as my difficulty. After starting, I went down to the cavern and went straight for the Polar Star. After getting this nifty gun, I walked outside and started killing all the monsters outside the man's door with his own weapon. He can thank me later. I went up the stairs and shot the eye door and went through. After going through the door, and I entered Mimika village, and the cutscene starts immediately. The cutscene was a conversation between King, Mimika village leader, and Toroko. King wanted the key that Toroko had so he can get to somebody. My character dropped down, scaring Toroko and knocking King back. After the cutscene ended, I walked around and started talking to some of the villagers and looking for stuff and progressing the story. While I was searching, I found a map, a silver locket, and a couple of life capsules. The life capsules increase your HP. I saw Toroko after getting the silver locket and the reservoir, but she ran away before I can talk to her. I did eventually find her in a shack at the bottom right of the village. She tried to attack me, but she was taken out in one shot. During my conversation with Toroko, Misery and Balrog showed up. Misery kidnapped Toroko, and Balrog was in charge of fighting me. This was an optional fight, and I decided to opt out of fighting him. I went to King's house, located at the upper right side of the map. Instead of going in, I went right to the graveyard and got Arthur's house key from his grave. Went to Arthur's house at the bottom left side of the map and let myself in. I hope Arthur don't mind. Activated the teleporter, set the coordinates I got from the computer that was right beside of it, and went to Egg Corridor. As I arrived at Egg Corridor, I grabbed the life capsule at the bottom while avoiding the white thing. Then I started killing everything on sight. I wanted to level up my pistol. Somewhere along the line, I did pick up the rocket launcher, but I don't remember where or when. So if you see me with one, just know I got it from somewhere. Eventually, I found a Mimiga getting beat up by a bigger Mimiga and then kidnapped. I just let it happen. After that, I tracked down the big Mimiga for being a bully. I got stopped by a barrier, so decided I had to find a barrier switch. I found out that there were two bad eggs and went to the bad eggs and turned off the barrier. I defeated the big meanie and saved the smaller Mimiga. I found out that it was Sue, and it was hinted that she was transformed into a Mimiga. She tells me that she needs to save another person. She leaves the building, leaving me behind. I head back to Arthur's house after coming through the teleporter and found out that Sue was arrested by King because he was hoping to turn her over to the doctor so they can get all the stolen Mimikas back that was kidnapped by the doctor's minions. I went to talk to Sue in her cage and was told to go to Bushlands to save Kazuma. I went back to Arthur's house, set the location, and was on my way. The first creature I met in Bushlands was a Mimiga named Santa. He lost his key and was too afraid to go find it because of all the monsters and wanted me to find it for him. What does he think I am? A fetcher? A delivery boy? Because he's right. I went and grabbed the key and brought it to him. I followed him to his house and talked to him. He rewarded me with a fireball. After that, I went ahead into the bushlands, grinding to level up all my weapons and grabbing any life capsules and rocket upgrades I can find. Once I was done terrorizing the local wildlife, I started looking for Sue's friend. I did eventually find him, but he was locked behind a door. I was able to talk to him through a crack in the wall, and he gave me the key to try on the door. I tried it, and it did not work. I started looking around for other methods of freeing him, and I did find the door that the key worked on. It led to an electric room. I messed with the computer that was in the room, and it turned on all the lights. Doing so also activated the robot. The boat robot was ready to fight, but Balrog broke in and landed on the bot. This time I had to fight Balrog. I defeated him and he fled. I helped unflatten the robot. The robot said he could make a bomb, but he needed a few materials. Before getting to this point, I did grab the bubble line gun as well as the charcoal from Santa's house before coming to this area. I did that by making a giant jellyfish give me its juice several times. Jelly juice is also needed for the bomb, and I already had some in my inventory. I went to Kazuma and told him that I will be making a bomb to blow the door open, and then I can't get into the gum building. He liked the idea of blowing the door open, and he gave me the key to the gum building that was happened to be in the building he was locked into. I went directly there. After going in and grabbing the gum base, I get confronted by Balrog and Misery again. Misery turned Balrog into a giant frog and then leaves. It took me a couple times, but I eventually beat Frog Balrog. I went to the bomb making robot so he can build me my bomb. I used it on the door to save Kazuma. Going into the building triggered a cutscene. After thanking me, an old man came through the teleporter that was in the room with Kazuma. This old man was named Professor Booster. After the cutscene, the professor and Kazuma left the building. They took a hover bike back to the beginning of the level. I didn't get to ride on the bike and had to walk back. Along the way, I beat up the giant jellyfish again for more jelly. Once I got to the beginning of the level, I found out the hover bike was wrecked. I'm glad I didn't go on that ride. Going through the teleporter, a cutscene was triggered. During the cutscene, I found out that the character I am playing as is a robot, and I was commanded by the professor to go to the sand zone. The professor and Kazuma also said that it was too dangerous for them to go. What makes them think I'm just going to follow orders? So I went to sand zone. Not long after arriving in Sand Zone, I see a feminine robot and she walks away, not saying anything to me, just like in real life. I continue left, finding a dead end with up as my only option. I went up and entered the only house I found along the way. In the house were some mimigas, as well as the feminine robot. Her name is Curly, and she attacked me. She think I was there to take the mimigas. I defeated her, and she apologized for attacking me. I decided to go to the bedroom and grab the dog. I knew it was there, so I went and grabbed it. I also grabbed Curly's panties. After leaving the house with my new friend, I went directly right. I found some stone-like enemies and noticed the sun gate. This part of the area is pretty straightforward. Just go right. I got to the end and fought the boss. The boss was easy and it only took me one try. After defeating it, I went back the way I came and the sun gate opened. I delivered the dog to the old lady named Jenkins. She told me that there are 5 in total and she asked me to find them for her. I went out and found them all, bringing them back one at a time. She is also the person who holds the key to the warehouse where the red flowers are stored. While bringing back the final dog, she was attacked by Balrog and he stole the warehouse key from her and left. I delivered the final dog, but the other dogs were nowhere to be found. Even though she was attacked by Balrog, she was thankful for me for getting all of her dogs and rewarded me with a life pot. This is where I left off for now. Tune in next week to see how far I get. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you have a good day. Bye.